Good evening. So we'll double check that we're live. Bear with me just 1 second and we shall see. Yes, look at that. The magic. The magic is here. We are live. Welcome. And I'm back from my last week. Last week I was away. Yes, I went out for a meal and it wasn't actually all that. But the company was great, but it was most enjoyable. But I'm here now. Not very often I get a chance to go out, so I grabbed it as fast as I could. Well, Crystal's on already. Good evening, Crystal. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Yes. Thank you for sending them in. While we're waiting for people to come on, I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Because I didn't get to do this last week. I missed out. I enjoy doing this. And that is just going over some questions, some comments. Hope Collins, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm literally just started. Shelley's on, and Shelley's back home. Excellent news, Shelley. So pleased for you. So we're just going over here. David Smith on this one I put out the other day. Another masterpiece. Thank you, my friend. I loved it. Best one yet. Oh, I did like that one as well. That was from Matthew Adams. Lab 4 official. Awesome work. Well done, Shadow. Thank you, my friend. Harvey Holman. Great story. I enjoyed both these. Both this one and the one I saw about the whale stalker's revenge earlier. Keep it going, bro. They're amazing. To the imagination. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching. I'm waiting for this. I have to eat, digest, then continue this thrilling as my nightcap. Thank you, my friend. Yes. Kathy. Kathy is a regular of ours. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Excellent job. The Brendan 67. Thank you, my friend. Von Poria. I'm a gamer. I often myself grinding for gear, weapons. Oh, we've all been there, my friend. When I'm grinding, I listen to your content and promote your channel to other gamers. Well, thank you so much, my friend. What's your surprise? Okay. Yeah, it's a long grind. I'm not really in any rush, but maybe we'll get there one day. But thank you for the lovely comment, my friend. I do appreciate that. I rate you up there with Vincent Price. My goodness, I wouldn't go that far, but that's your opinion. Thank you so much. Vincent Price is an idol of mine. Spider, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I'm very humble in what I do. But, Vincent Price, that era, as we all know, for me, they are my legends. Lovely, very well done. Awesome standard. Still getting stronger. Oh, Shelley. Good job, Shelley. Well done. David Smith. Love it. Thank you, my friend. Gina. I feel their pain. Well done. I hope for more stories. There's plenty more since this one, Gina. So go check them out. Ah, here we are. It wouldn't be the same without my friend, Richard Daniel. Mwahaha. Thank you, my friend. This sounds deliciously scary. Yeah, I think it was quite good. Just a trailer gave me goosebumps. Nice. John and James. There, James Cook. Tell me more. Oh, yes, it's Kathy. Okay, we're sort of getting there. Awesome story from Curtis. Thank you, Curtis. Guy Gladden. Thank you, my friend. Seeing you again. Alison Shaw, thank you. And lots of regular people in here. Thank you for your comments. I do appreciate it. Crystal, of course, thank you. Can this vampire escape? I hope not. It might get me. Part 2 was scary good. Thank you, Daniel. All right, let's jump in there. Let's get back. So many, because I've missed a couple of weeks. So Welcome. Here we go. Thank you. I hope they do on the channel. Hello, it's me. I'm back. Yes, Shelley, welcome. John, good evening, my friend. Shelley, John. Working on getting better. That's all we can do. So as you know, I wasn't here last week. I actually went out with my partner and we went to an Indian restaurant. And the food was okay-ish. The company was great, of course. But it was a nice, relaxing evening after a long, hard week at work. And I did manage to get quite a few more stories out this week. Hopefully you've managed to check those out. Let's grab them up for you. And Tubby's on. Yes, and Tubby come with us to the restaurant as well. Where are we? Videos. Always missing your usual vitamin. Yes, gotta have that. Gotta keep up the vitamins. I could, of course, lie and say it's Scotch. Cheers. So let's have a look what we did this week. I started off a little bit. I was very busy in the beginning of the week. Get a few bits out. So I got the trailer for the Portal story, which obviously part 2 is in the works. Then we managed to get that out. Make sure you watch that one. Now, I don't know if anyone, I haven't seen any comments to tell me who they think the person is or who they think they're trying to trap in this one. So if you're an avid viewer of the Professor Shadow channel, don't forget to head over to this Portals video, watch it, because it has a lead up to what's coming up, and the characters are hidden, but those that are regulars will know who they are. Anyway, suddenly appears. Shelley is my mum. Hi, Mum. Hi, Professor Shadow. Daisy, welcome. We're glad that Shelley is feeling so much better. And I managed to get this one out as well, 4 stories. These are quite easy for me to do, so I managed to get this out. This is a good 4 scary stories on there. That was a great one. Then I got an individual story on its own. I wanted to do it because I had 2 others that I needed to put in a 3, which is here. So anyway, I did this one. Make sure you watch this. If you haven't watched this one, The Werewolf Start Revenge, it was great. And then, of course, we put them all 3 together in the longer one. We know that people like the long tale, probably to put it on for bed, to fall asleep to, so they can dream of these creatures. But yes, that's what we got. So next week, of course, I'm going to be working on Portals Part 2. Make sure that you've watched this one, especially if you're a avid fan of Professor Shadow, because it has the best characters in there. You just don't know who they are. But I'm sure you'll figure that out. Make sure you watch it. Okay, good. Mr. Sardonicus, loved it. Really, yes, it was such a great film. Such a great film. Hi, John. Nice. Yes, as Mr. Sardonicus and the Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake, I recommended 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today. That such great films. Mr. Sardonicus is available on YouTube. You can go watch it. There's no subscription needed. But the Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake are actually, it's quite hard to find, but it's so worth it if you haven't watched it. If you haven't watched Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake, you should watch that movie. It's such a great movie. So good. It's got everything that's like modern day movie in an old film. So you can see where they get so many ideas from. I love watching these old films to see where we get the ideas from. There's a great movie called, is it The Terror from Beyond Space, I think. And that was the movie that inspired Alien. So that was that was the one that inspired The Thing, and get my movies mixed up. There, The Thing, the John Carpenter Thing, that was that one. I'm sure it was. I'll figure them out. But there's a couple of old movies very similar. One of them inspired Alien, and one of them inspired John Carpenter's The Thing. So yes, these are great films to watch as well. They're like sci-fi, so good. Sure, I'm gonna have to get them up. So Thing, is it Thing from Another World? Let's see. Another World. Yes, The Thing from Another World is the inspiration behind The Thing, John Carpenter. And so The Terror from Beyond Space must be the inspiration for Alien. The Terror from Beyond Space, yes, was the inspiration for Alien. It's literally an alien on a spacecraft, and it's hunting down the people exactly like the movie Aliens. And this was made in 1958. So these are good films to watch as well. They're more sci-fi than horror, but sci-fi horror because it's monster. So good. So maybe that could be my recommendation. The Terror from Beyond Space. I'm not sure if it's on YouTube. Should we ever check? We shall have a look and see if it's on here. Let's have a look. Beyond Space. No. You can rent it at YouTube. But it's not on YouTube. I don't think so, no. It's such a great film. See if Thing from Another World's on there. Thing from Another World. No. So you have to rent them both. Interesting. That's why having a collection of Blu-ray and DVD is so important. You watch it whenever you want, but having to pay for it. But two great movies. If you can find them, they're definitely worth watching. Definitely. These are some of my favorite, like sci-fi type movies, because it's like sci-fi horror because they've got monsters in it. It's got monsters in it. It's horror, sci-fi. It's in space. So yes, I do like those type of films. Another one of my favorites. Let's see if let me give another recommendation. Let me think of that movie. This is a movie I always used to watch. Because the title was so amazing. The monster that challenged or conquered the world. I can't remember. Conquered the world. Oh, I think, yes, you can watch the whole movie. No, sorry. It is conquered the world. Different one. Yeah, The Monster That Conquered the World. Another great movie. It's like a sci-fi type. So good. I did like the monster that, because years ago, I don't know if any of you remember these. Do you remember Top Trumps? And you get these cards, and they have like monsters on them. And there used to be a horror Top Trumps. I've actually rebought it, but you get it, and on it was one of this like big maggot creature. I was always like, what is that? Where does that come from? And it's actually from the movie It Conquered, the monster that challenged the world. So when I saw that movie, I was like, oh, I a vivid memory of what that is. So yes, so if you play, I think it's Top Trumps. I'm not sure where my cards are, but it's like a Top Trump game, and you have to give like the numbers of the rankings and things. Yeah, I used to play that a lot with my brothers. I played with my daughter as well. We had fun with that. And of course, Dracula is like power 100, and King Kong is strength 100, and the Blob is horror rating 100. And these are the cards that you want because they can't be beat. So yeah, it's such a good game. Good. So how are we all doing today? So we had a few people on. So let me know. Of course, a lot of you, I do know where you're from. So if you're joining me, and you think I don't know where you're from, don't forget, let me know where you are watching from. Even if it's in the replay. If you want to watch the replay, don't forget, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching this back, if you're watching it live, then please just let me know. But if you're watching the replay, I love to go back and see where people are watching from. Yeah, so interesting for me. Turn a few things off there. So, are we on? Let me just check. Seeing any activity? Let me know if you're still seeing me. Seems a bit. I'm not sure if I'm frozen. If I'm still live. Let me double check. Could be talking to myself. But could be a regular. Oh no, I'm okay. Be a regular occurrence. Talking to yourself. So, what have I been watching this week? So this week I've been watching movies, but there's not much stood out. One movie stood out for me really well. Hopefully watch it, and you can get it on YouTube as well. And it's The Vampire Bat with Bela Lugosi. I don't know if anyone's actually seen that, but something I found out so amazing, and I didn't find this out until this year. It was literally this year. But there's a part two. There's a part two. I never knew there was a part two. And I do love that movie, like The Vampire Bat, Bela Lugosi, The Vampire Bat. If you haven't watched it, it's on YouTube. Go watch it. But I didn't know that there was a vampire bat, the son of the Vampire Bat is called, and it's on YouTube. And I literally found it this year. It's not great, but it's nice to watch because I like the first one so much. So if I watch the first one, I now know I can always watch the second one because that's the continuation. It is nowhere near as good as the first one, of course, but it's a great way to follow that up. So if you're a fan of The Vampire Bat with Bela Lugosi, which you should be, there is a part two. I never knew that until this year. Son of the Vampire Bat. It's such an original title. Son of the Let's put it in. The Vampire Bat. Yes. The full. Oh, half an hour. The full movie somewhere. Because I watched it. The Vampire Bat. So you got the Vampire Bat. Oh, they've colorized it. I don't like it when they colorize the old black and white movies. I don't know if you like it when they colorize the old. I can't watch them. I can't watch them when they've been colorized. An old black and white movie should be black and white. That's how it was created. I don't like it when they colorize them. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't have the same feel. The Vampire Bat is 100% on YouTube. The Vampire Bat, 1933. Amazing. But I'm trying to find the son of the Vampire Bat. Son of the Vampire Bat. Let me know, just somebody, if you're watching, please type in the comments, because I'm not getting any comments come up. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, Vampire Bat. Yeah, it's on YouTube. But there is the Son. I can't find it now. I can't find it. It's not as good as the first one. It's amazing, but I can't find the second one. Maybe it's not called Son of the Vampire Bat. Maybe it's called Vampire Bat Part 2. So she called the Vampire Bat Part 2. Oh no, that's not it. That's going to bug me now. It's going to bug me. Yes, because the Vampire Bat is Lionel Atwill, Bela Lugosi, and Fay Wray. Fay Wray from King Kong, The Mystery of the Wax Museum, other movies. She's actually in this, in the Vampire Bat. It's great. Bela Lugosi is amazing. So amazing. He just hardly says anything, but it's like when he looks at making the bat and the expressions he makes on his face, it's so good. It's like, I might actually watch that again. I haven't watched it for a long time. I might watch that again. Such a great film. I think I have it on Blu-ray though. I have it on Blu-ray. That's because you don't want an old copy. You need a decent copy to watch. So yeah, quality on YouTube is not that good, but it's okay. So I'm not getting many. I don't know if my comments are not working. I'm getting a couple of comments, but not many through. So make sure you keep typing, because I don't know. I'm gonna get my live up on the other screen to double check. See if there's more there. If you're asking questions, I can't. I don't think I can see them. We normally have lots of comments. See if we get anything. Let me check. No. Oh, okay. Well, fine. We're obviously very quiet today. Very quiet today. So, I am working diligently. By the end of tonight, I will have a new story in my other channel. So I had some other stories sent in. The last one we put in my other channel was from Crystal. I did all 3 of her stories in one go. So I hope you managed to catch those stories. But I have 3 more stories sent in. So I've done them. I'm just editing. I've probably got about 10 minutes left. That's all. And I'm going to upload that tonight. So if you're looking for 3 stories to watch and you've watched everything, you've binged the entire channel, then go ahead and look out, because it's coming tonight. And there's some good ones as well. Some good ones, some creepy ones. And they're all from people I picked. I've had a few sent in. And these are all people from the UK. So I have one from London, one from Devon, and one from Yorkshire. So these are all like different parts of the UK that have been sent in. So I thought I was like do 3 UK ones. So that's going to be a good one. So look out for that tonight. I will finish that directly after this. Directly. Yeah, one is on the train, the tube train. One is an old house, old manor, and the other one's in a house as well, so, but in a different place. They're really good. I'm just editing the last little bit of editing, and Be done. Should be good. Lull this group. British horror. We're missing who I haven't seen for a while on here. Reinhard. I haven't seen Reinhard for a while. And who haven't I seen? I obviously haven't seen Dragon for so long. I'm not sure what happened to Dragon. I hope she's okay. And then who? I have to get their name up. Get their name up real quick. I'm getting there, don't worry. Auto Watts. I haven't seen you on here I know you watch. I know you watch all the time, and maybe it's just busy on Sundays, but you know, I haven't seen you for a while. Hope all's okay. MB Sinclair, listen to your work inspires me to write. Thank you, and thank you for coming on, my friend. Yes, Auto Watts. He always had some great ideas when he came on. He's gone. Dragon as well. I haven't seen Dragon for so long. I'm not sure why. She's a kind of spoke about moving, but hope she's okay. If you're watching the replay, send us a message. Let us know you're okay, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd like to know everyone's okay, because obviously these are two people that were with me literally when I started the channel. So that's great. I appreciate it, and I remember. Hope you're still watching. So next week I will, like I said, what did I guess? I hope Dragon. No, I'm sure not. I think she was talking about moving to Alaska or something. So if you're watching Dragon, please let us know. And so I wandered off as usual. As usual, I'm talking about something, and I can talk about something completely different. I was talking about what's coming next week, and I was just mentioning that Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to get part 2 of Portals Part 2, and you must have watched this. If you haven't watched it, what are you doing? It's like, if you enjoyed the Crimson Dawn and the characters from that, they're all in here. So make sure you go ahead and watch that, because that's got some, I'm not telling you who's in it, but if you're an avid fan, if you've been watching, you'll know these characters. I don't mention who they are, but you should know who they are. So make sure you watch that, because the next part, we're going to see some fireworks. So imagine this story. Like, if you haven't watched it, I'm going to give you a brief outline. Imagine, that some powerful character has found the ability to open these portals in alternate timelines or realities. And, people going back, and, the first one was on the trailer, so we know, goes back and is confronted by Jack the Ripper. Imagine that, you're just in your bed, and then it opens, a portal opens, and you get pulled in, and you're standing in the street of 1888, and in this lone alley, and you see this character coming towards you, wielding a knife. Oh, that would be pretty cool. And then I did another one, and it's in the trailer. So, and another person in the story gets pulled into a vast wasteland of nothing but fire and charred ground. And there's a movie called The Beyond. 1980s, 70s, 80s. And always remember that, because I watched that, and at the end they go through this doorway and end up in this like nothingness, and I really wanted to try and simulate that. We're literally just saying we haven't seen you for a while. A couple of weeks at least. I wasn't here last week. So. Reinhard von Holst is here. Yeah, so I did take that bit. So imagine those, portals open, you're falling through. I thought that was quite a great idea. And then, hey, let's combine that with characters from Crimson Dawn. And then we have a story on our hands. So hopefully you did have a chance to watch it. Hopefully. Other Side has big eyes. Welcome, Other Side. With big eyes. and a moon. Is it a moon? Great to be back. Hello. Hello, Other Side. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the Other Side. That's great. That's actually a really, really good name. Welcome to the Other Side. The other side of the portal. And it's literally just talking about that. So I'm working, like I say, working on part 2. I'm just going to finish this one today. And I'm going to get this one out later. This is on my secondary channel, the channel where people can send me stories and watch them. I'm going to do that today. There's going to be one out today. And then Monday is work for me. Now Monday is always going to be work until next year. So Mondays are done for me. Tuesdays, I'm relaxing a little bit. And so Tuesday evening, Wednesday, I'll be getting on. My nemesis is on. Mwahaha. Richard, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Mwahaha. The laugh of evil. Yes, and then so Wednesday, Thursday, I should be pretty much ready to get it out. I think to release it. Portals Part 2, which is there's so much fireworks going on here. I'm not going to say anything, but it's does involve our favorite characters, so hopefully you'll be able to look out for that. It's coming. So good. So good. I'm looking forward to putting it together. I mean, I've got the draft. I haven't actually finished it. I've got the draft. So I know where I'm going with it. I've just got the draft. I want to go through it. I want to do it a couple of times, make sure it's right. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing it myself. So this is going to be very interesting. Don't forget, if you're watching live, or you're watching the replay, please let me know where you're watching from. So I just love to know where people are watching from. I'm here in the United Kingdom in a place called Norwich, which is in East Anglia, which is on the east coast of England. And we're actually having some decent weather today. It's a bit windy, but it's quite warm for November, so it's actually not too bad. We went down to freezing, 0 degrees, and we're up to 16 degrees now at 7:30 or 25 minutes to 8 in the evening. 16 degrees in November. It was amazing. Celsius. Other Side is from Florida. Whereabouts in Florida? I go to Florida quite a bit. I have some friends in Florida. I've been to Tampa, obviously Orlando. I've been to Winter Haven. I've been up to Jacksonville, and I've been to the Emerald Grande Hotel in what's the name of that place? I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway, North Florida, it's where they filmed Jaws 2, apparently. But anyway, we stayed in a hotel called Emerald Grande, which is really nice. Let me put it in. Oh, I know now, my brain. Emerald Grande, Florida. Destin. It's the one, Destin, Florida. So I've been there as well. Yeah. haven't been down to Miami yet. I went over to a place called Merritt Island, which is in Florida. I have a lot of work colleagues in Florida and go quite a bit. J Dubs, I'm watching from across the pond, Long Island, New York. Hello. I just had a friend literally lived in New York and now just moved over to the UK. So he's living here now. And he's got that nice New York accent, which is great. I often speak on calls a lot with people from America. So. I suppose it's warm in Florida right now. Although we're 16 degrees Celsius here, so we're doing not too bad at 20 to 8 in the evening. That's where I'm from, Texas. I always say, don't I? The only time I went to Texas is when I flew. I was going to Biloxi and I had to go to stop off at Dallas Airport, but I didn't come outside. I had to stay at the airport and change planes to go to. I flew to Louis Armstrong Airport in Mississippi. Yeah. It's been raining for 3 days straight in Berkshire. No, come to Norwich. We're 16 degrees. We're very windy, but we're 16 degrees, and it's nearly 20 to 8. It's so warm here. So nice. Very windy, though. Very windy. Apparently, it's going to get a little bit colder tomorrow. No floods, no, just wind. We've just got wind. No rain. We had some snow on Wednesday. Crazy weather. But a nice windy evening. Terry Pratchett. I actually haven't read Terry Pratchett. Kindred. Have you seen a series called Kindred the Embraced? Families of vampires, each with different traits. It came out in the 90s. No, I haven't. I haven't seen that one. Kindred the Embraced. Have a look. Kindred the Embraced. Okay. I'll have to have a look as long as it's on one of the streaming. And give that a look. Yeah, but I've never actually, I don't know why, I've never got a Terry Pratchett book. I've never read them. What do you think, Reinhard? Are they, is that something that you can recommend? Probably not that I have time to read it because I'm studying so much other stuff, but if I can slip it in. The problem is there's so much out there. There is so much. Oh yes, they're like Lord of the Rings, but comedy. Oh, okay. There's so much out there, isn't there? I mean, I never watched them. People always get on to me because I never watched Game of Thrones either. And they're like, you should have watched Game of Thrones. It was amazing. It's got like undead and dragons. I just never watched it. And now it's like 10 series or something, 70 episodes. I was like, I just can't have the time to watch it. Normally in the evening, I'll just put on something, flick on YouTube. Have you seen the movies Late Phases yet? That retired army veteran who fights well. No, I haven't seen this one either. I don't actually watch that many films that are like, I mean, maybe these are a bit older, but I don't actually watch newish movies. I just don't watch them. Late, I've heard of this. Late Phases, yeah. Where did I hear of that? I have heard of that. Let me check. Definitely heard of it now. Now it comes to mind. Yeah, someone, yeah. From me, yeah. Okay, good. No, I haven't watched it, sorry. No, I haven't. There's a movie. Okay, all right, I'll give that a look tonight. There's a movie. Buy or rent. Late Phases. Oh, maybe because it's only buy or rent on YouTube. That's maybe why I didn't look at it. I have to check, see if it's on Prime. I have Prime. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff on Prime, but you have to pay for it. Like I think every older horror movie is on Prime, but you got to pay for it. And they have the old series as well, the old like TV series. Some of them are very good. A really good one, Armchair Theatre. I wonder if that's on YouTube. It's a series. I think it was about 8 episodes. Armchair Theatre. But there's one of the. Yes, it's actually on there. Armchair Theatre is a series that I think it's a British show from the 70s. Is it 60s? And there's some really good ones. And the one is called it's the Nun, I think. Let me just get it up. Sailor's Return, Sharp. And there's a part in that is embedded in my brain. It's the craziest. I'm not going to be able to find it. I'm not sure which one it's called. It's one with the nun in it, because like there's a story, and this is really good horror. And they're hearing the show. They're hearing this noise and stuff, and there's a story going, but the final part is the bit that's embedded in my brain. Is when they go into the loft. They open the loft and they look up, and the noise was like rocking, which no one could find. There's actually this chair, and sitting in the chair is this nun, but her face is obviously blacked out, so it's black cloth over it. But just sitting in the chair rocking. Found it quiet as I went, yeah. My goodness, that little bit at the end there is just worth watching just for that. That was so great, so great. Quiet as a Nun. Okay, I think it's on YouTube, right? We can watch these on YouTube. Quiet as a Nun. Yep, it's on there. So yeah, probably watch it now, and it doesn't look as good. But there's that's embedded. Yeah, definitely embedded in my brain. That was one of them shows that, my goodness, had everything in it. It's like going up. Yeah, really good. What did you think of Underworld movies? I enjoyed them. Of course, I like the character. Kate Beckinsale was amazing. But yes, I did enjoy them. I enjoyed the movies, like the werewolf vampire thing. I did enjoy that. Ancient Thames logo. Yes, crazy. Yes, I highly recommend that. Quiet as a Nun. There we go. There's something to watch. It's only a short one as well, but really good. Really good one. I might watch that again tonight. So it looks like it's quite not too bad quality as well. Just finding the end bit. My goodness. Oh dear, dear. So good. Okay, good. What we got? Check out on YouTube. Yes. What do you think of Underworld? Yeah, enjoyed Underworld. Enjoyed it. The street I live on in Newark is called Thames. Thames Street. We have a really great, have a really amazing, like where I am, I'm on this housing place, and literally as we go out and 5 minutes down the road from me, there's this like estate of houses, and it's the coolest street names ever because they're all named after mythological creatures, like Medusa Road and Zeus Street. It's so cool, so cool. I wanted to move to Zeus Street. So good. It's the entire estate. It's just mythological names of roads and streets. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So one of the other movies, one of the movies I was totally addicted to when I was younger was when they redid, and when you had the Universal monsters, and then they redid like all of the monsters together. They figured that well, if Frankenstein does really well, if the werewolf does really well, if the vampire or Dracula does really well, and the mad scientist and the Invisible Man all do really well, why don't we put them all together? And then we had these movies with the House of Dracula and the House of Frankenstein went all together. Loved these movies. So good. So good. I remember when I was a young boy, I had the cine film. I had Dracula, I had the Blob, had some other ones, but I had this other one which was there's this big one. It had like 3 or 4 on it, and it was the Cure, the Wolfman's Curse, or the Cure of the Wolfman, one of them. And it was the part from the House of Dracula, and then it had Dracula, the death of Dracula, and that was the John Carradine Dracula from House of Dracula, House of Frankenstein. I can't remember which one, but these were really good movies. Really good, like Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, I think Steve Strange, Lon Chaney Jr. Yeah, I mean Lionel Atwill. Good movies. Good movies. Quality movies. They're definitely worth looking at. You've got to be a big fan. I mean, I'm a big fan. Anything Hammer Horror is a classic. Yeah, 100%. I mean, the Hammer Horror series is just amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, obviously, it's how we grew up watching it. It's what happened to us when we watched it. I mean, for myself, I think I was still in middle school, so I was probably around about 9 or 10, and I watched the Hammer. We used to watch it on a Sunday night, and the day before we went back to school next day, sit up and watch it. And my God, it's so good. And because I enjoyed it so much, of course, that sat with me as a great childhood experience. And now I relive that. That's how our brains work. But yes, Hammer House of Horror is so amazing. And Hammer Horror movies, yes, definitely really, really good. I've noticed that regardless of the creator, almost everyone that pits vampire with werewolf, the werewolves are a bit stronger. It makes sense though. Yes, I think it does as well. I mean, I did as well when I did the Crimson Dawn. I tried to do the Crimson Dawn of like rock, paper, scissors. That was my original idea, that, you know, if we're going to have these things, each one should cancel one out. And so we had vampires that were, the werewolves would cancel out the vampire, but the undead would cancel out the werewolf, because obviously if a werewolf bit the undead who was infectious, then of course that's going to infect the werewolf. But then the vampire would easily cancel out the undead, and we want it like a rock, paper, scissors. That's how I wanted to do it. Blade, vamp on vamp action. I like Blade. I like Wesley Snipes. I think I did like Blade. I thought it was a good movie. I liked Blade. I do like Blade. They redid one, didn't they? They tried to make Morpheus. Is it not Morpheus? Morbius, which is a vampire one from Marvel as well. And I didn't really enjoy that too much. But definitely like Blade. The Daywalker. Yeah, that's a good one. Blood Rain. What was Blood Rain? I know that one. Blood Rain. I don't think I've watched Blood Rain. I think I've seen the trailer for it. Right? Third Reich. Look at that. They made a cameo appearance in the latest Dead. Yes, I watched the Deadpool movie. When I was away for 3 weeks, I went into cinema in Florida actually and watched it, and it was so good. Yes, we watched it in 3D, in the one where you lay back in the cinema. This is so good. I think Blade was great. It's more like an action movie with vampires, which is great. I was just watching the trailer for Blood Rain. It's great. I do like the vampire as being that hidden in the shadow type thing. I like that idea. That's good for me as well. Was it the cinema at Disney Springs? Yes, it was the cinema at Disney Springs. AMC, is it? Yeah, so good. You literally lay back in this leather, heat the seat, lay back, and watch the movie. Yeah, so good. Ryan Osborne does all the Deadpool and Daredevil stunts. He does work on June too. Nice. One of my friends does all the sound recording. He literally just finished Wicked, which is making the rounds now. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if he did Marvel stuff. Some of the sound producers on those. I have a few friends who are in the movie, the Shane Ritchie movie. Shane Ritchie, King Arthur. And you watch that movie, and it's funny to see some of your friends in the movie. It's so weird to see someone that you know really well in the movie. It's interesting. I didn't really like the movie. Sorry. I'm very much old school. I do like the older. I like the old. If you give me the chance, there's a brand new film, special effects and everything else, and put it against one of the classic films, classic horror. I'm always going to pick the classic horror all the time. For me, that the dark, the mysterious. I like that. All of this sounds good. So much. There is just so much to watch. I mean, even now, I've been watching horror movies forever, and even now I can find new things to watch. So it's just from like older horror movies, I can still find new stuff to watch. And I don't really watch too much of this like 80s and 90s. I've watched all of the Krueger and the Jason and things like that. Evil Dead was a favorite of mine. I did like Evil Dead. And but the older films from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, I'm still finding new stuff to watch. Some of it's not amazing, but like I said, that the one I found which was truly amazing, which I've missed out on, I've seen it now, was The Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake. And that was one that I thought is a quality movie. It's definitely up here, And some of my favorites, I got some favorite movies from the older. My favorite of all time, Night of the Demon, Dana Andrews, Peggy Cummings, the comical spin on the old Abbott Costello. Absolutely love this. I'm a big fan of Abbott and Costello, big fan of Lauren Hardy, and big fan of the Marx Brothers. Grew up watching these. So yes, when I've got all of the Abbott Costello meets the Wolfman, Dracula, the Invisible Man. Love these movies so much, so good. I was literally watching, although it's not Abbott Costello, was watching the movie was called The Gorilla. Is it the Ritz Brothers? The Ritz Brothers thing. The Ritz Brothers, yes. I was watching it last night. I was enjoying it. I was actually enjoying this movie. Looks like this. The Gorilla. I got halfway through and turned it off. And that's just a 13. Yeah, I got halfway through that one. So I was watching that late. So I've got the other half to watch tonight. So I was actually watching that last night. 1913 The Gorilla Ritz. It's like comedy horror type thing, but it's got Bela Lugosi in it, and it's got Lionel Atwill. So, two classic characters. So this is a good one. I was watching that last night, and I hadn't seen that before. So I was enjoying that. I don't think it's as funny as Abbott Costello and Lauren Hardy and Marx Brothers, but it's new, different. Yeah, the Ritz Brothers, The Gorilla. Yes, it was actually enjoyable. I'm looking forward to watching the rest of that tonight. I can stay awake to watch it by the time I get to bed tonight. And then we have it again. It's another one that I did know about this. I've seen this, seen the poster for it and watched the trailer, but I've seen some of it. I knew about it and haven't watched it, so it shows how much there is. There's just so much. Rawhead Rex. Oh yeah, I do remember this one. Rawhead Rex. Well, when I left school when I was 15, and my first job was in a video store. Back in the day when you had video rentals, my first job was literally in a video store. And the first year I got to work was when they started banning movies. They banned Evil Dead, they banned I Spit on Your Grave, they banned Zombie Flesh Eaters and Tropicus the Beast and all those movies. I remember them all. They banned them. So of course we had them all. We had them all in before they banned them, so we were still able to watch them, which was great. Which is why we probably watch them more, because when they say to you, you can't watch something, you want to watch it more. So that was an interesting time. And Zombie Creeping Flesh, remember that one? That was one of the ones that we didn't have and we had to get it. I always remember that. Okay, movies. Okay, I don't really watch them now. I've seen them. I'm not sure I'd watch them again. But see, there's the difference. So I've seen them. I wouldn't watch them again, but I would watch the. For example, I would go and watch House of Dracula if it was on now. I'd watch it. House of Dracula or The Thing from Another World. I'd watch these things for sure. Cannibal Holocaust was banned too. Yeah, I remember that. I've got it. I've actually got them all, but they're not banned now. But I remember Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, and something else. What was that one? Zombie Holocaust. That was it. Because that had cannibals and zombies in it. So that was he had a double whammy, zombies versus cannibals. Who thought that up? That was incredible. That was great. The acting was terrible, but it was good. It was good fun. I don't think I could sit and watch through it now. I mean, I don't think Faces of Death was another one. I don't think I could sit and watch them now. I mean, the Evil Dead, you watch that now, and it's like, why did they ban this? It's like it's not really any blood in it. It's just like green goo everywhere. The good old days, yes, definitely the good old days. Now we I don't know. I mean, we got Nosferatu coming out, haven't we? And we got the Nun conclusion. I'm not sure what that's called. We've got the final part. The Nun is being made. Apart from that, I don't see horror that I'd watch. I did watch Deadpool, of course, but that's because I was in Florida. And it's nice in the aircon. Yeah. Hello, Kathy is here. Welcome. Welcome to Sunday night in the shadows. Literally just about to wrap up. But now we're going to stay on because Kathy's here. And we were just talking about the older, as I was saying, that when I left school, my first job was actually in a video store, and that was the year that they banned all the movies. And we had all banned movies like Evil Dead and stuff. But we had them for the ban, so we had them still to watch, which was great. And I was literally just talking about that. Demons, were Demons banned? I don't remember. Demons is a good movie. I Spit on Your Grave, another one of the banned movies. So I'm definitely going to watch the other half of The Gorilla tonight for sure. The Gorilla was good. It was getting interesting. Bela Lugosi, Lionel Atwill, and the Ritz brothers. It's interesting. Good. And we are, Kathy, we are going to have to wrap up, Coach. I know you've just joined us, but we are going to wrap up real quick because I have got a video to finish, which I need to get out by tonight. But thank you for coming. Check the Kindred if you check out Kindred. Kindred of the Embraced. Vampire Clans, Nosferatu. You should check it out. I'll give it a look. The problem is with some of these, though, you can't get them, can you? You can get them on YouTube or maybe on Prime. Yeah, so I'm literally doing one. It's going to be on the other channel. So I have two channels. I started a new one, which I'm sort of being like one a week out. That's all. It's just my channel. I didn't want to have because a lot of people send me stories. Hey, here's a story for you. This is true, and I felt that my channel wasn't really that, and I didn't want to change it. So I just made a new one where I'll do true stories or readers' tales and put them on there. So it's going to be on that other one, which is, if you go to my channel and just look down, there is a link to the new channel if you haven't seen it. You have some awesome stories. I'm hooked. Nice. Thank you for watching. And until next time, glad you're here. I'm glad you're feeling better, Shelley. Thank you so much for coming on today. Appreciate that. And Jay, appreciate. Have some good stories. I have some great stories, but the ones that do the most are if it's got a vampire or a werewolf in it. Some of the stories which I feel are equally just as good, sometimes even better, don't get the viewing they should. There's lots of stories on there that are not vampire werewolf, but they're still real horror. So if you do get bored, go check that. On that note, thank you so much, my friends, for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure, as always. And I'm going to jump off and finish this video, which is going to take me about 20 minutes, I think. So it's not going to take me long. I was right at the end. And so I am going to get this done and check it out. It'll be on the other channel tonight, I promise. Unless, of course, the wind blows my internet out, but I should be good. Everybody take care. Thank you once again, and I will see you next week. See you real soon. Take care. Good night.